car, just a machine made of iron, plastic, and rubber? Or can it become the final result of one person's stubborn dream? In 1948, a boy could not find the sports car he truly wanted anywhere in the world, so he decided to build one himself. That decision gave birth to a name that would dominate motorsport and become one of the greatest automotive brands in history. This is the history of Porsche. The story begins with Ferdinand Porsche. Born in Bohemia in 1875, Ferdinand was fascinated by mechanics and electricity from a very young age. While other children played outside, he was drawn to wires, engines, and the mystery of how machines worked. In 1898, he joined Jacob Lohner and Company, a maker of royal carriages. But Ferdinand was not interested in simply improving the past. He wanted to invent the future. At the 1900 Paris Exposition, he revealed the Lohner Porsche Semper Vivus, the world's first functional hybrid car. It used electric motors in the front wheels, while gasoline engines worked as generators to recharge the batteries. More than a century ago, Ferdinand Porsche had already imagined the future of hybrid technology. Later, he became chief engineer at Austro Daimler, where he designed successful racing cars. Then, in 1923, he joined Daimler in Stuttgart. There, he helped create one of the most legendary Mercedes machines ever built, the Mercedes-Benz SSK. It was brutally powerful, fast, and built for racing. But Ferdinand had a different vision. He wanted to build lightweight, affordable cars. Daimler preferred heavy luxury vehicles. The conflict grew stronger until Ferdinand decided to leave. On April 25, 1931, Ferdinand Porsche opened his own engineering office. At first, the company designed cars for other manufacturers. But then came a project that changed automotive history forever. The People's Car, a compact rear-engine car with an air-cooled flat-four engine. Simple, affordable, reliable. That car became the Volkswagen Beetle, one of the most successful cars ever made. During World War II, Porsche also designed military vehicles. One of its most ambitious projects used an electric drive tank system, but it was too complex and too unreliable for war. After the war, Ferdinand Porsche was arrested by the French military. He spent around 20 months in prison. Meanwhile, his son Ferry Porsche struggled to keep the company alive. Working from an old sawmill in Gmünd, Austria, he repaired tractors and water pumps, but deep inside, he carried one dream: to create the perfect sports car. On June 8, 1948, that dream became real. The first Porsche ever made, the Porsche 356/1 Roadster, received road approval. It used some Volkswagen parts, but its lightweight aluminum body, tubular chassis, and tuned flat-four engine gave it a completely different character. The Porsche name had officially entered the world. By the late 1950s, Porsche needed a new icon. Ferry's son, Ferdinand Alexander Porsche, known as Butzi, designed a sleek fastback sports car. Its original name was the Porsche 901, but Peugeot owned the rights to three-digit names with a 0 in the middle in France. So Porsche changed the name from 901 to 911, a small name change. But it created the most iconic sports car in history. The first Porsche 911 came with an air-cooled flat-six engine, a rear engine layout, and an unmistakable shape. It was fast, practical, and unlike anything else on the road. Over the decades, Porsche would evolve the 911 again and again, but it would never abandon its soul. Then came the Porsche 917. Ferdinand Piëch, Ferdinand Porsche's grandson, pushed Porsche into a new era of motorsport. Using FIA rules to their advantage, Porsche built 25 units of the terrifying 917 race car. With its flat 12 engine and lightweight space frame chassis, the 917 was unbelievably fast. At first, drivers were scared of it. At high speed, it could become unstable, wild, unforgiving. But once Porsche mastered it, the 917 became unstoppable. It gave Porsche its first overall victories at the 24 Hours of Le Mans in 1970 and 1971. Porsche had conquered one of the toughest races on Earth. Then Porsche brought racing technology to the streets. In 1975, it launched the Porsche 930 Turbo with massive turbo lag and brutal rear-engine handling. It earned the nickname the Widowmaker. When the turbo boost arrived in the middle of a corner, inexperienced drivers could lose control in an instant. Its huge whale-tail spoiler became an icon, and the turbo turned Porsche into a supercar legend. In the 1980s, Porsche created the 959, one of the most advanced cars of its era. Built for Group B rallying, it used twin turbos, advanced all-wheel drive, and cutting-edge electronics. It proved Porsche could combine extreme speed with futuristic technology. But by 1992, Porsche was in serious trouble. The company was close to bankruptcy. Production was slow, costs were high, and sales were weak. Then, CEO Wendelin Wiedeking made a bold decision. Porsche adopted Toyota-style lean manufacturing. Factories became faster, more efficient, and far less wasteful. Then came the Porsche Boxster in 1996, followed by the first water-cooled Porsche 911 in 1997. Some fans hated the change, but Porsche needed modern engines to meet emissions and noise rules. The biggest gamble came in 2002. Porsche launched an SUV. Many fans were furious. How could a brand famous for sports cars create a family SUV? But the Porsche Cayenne proved everyone wrong. It combined luxury, performance, and everyday practicality. The Cayenne became a huge financial success, and it gave Porsche the money it needed to protect and develop its sports cars. Porsche then returned to building extreme machines. In 2004, it launched the Carrera GT, powered by a screaming, naturally aspirated V10 engine. It was raw, difficult, and unforgettable. Nearly a decade later came the Porsche 918 Spider. It combined a racing V8 with electric motors to create nearly 900 horsepower. It became one of the fastest and most advanced hypercars ever built. Then, in 2019, Porsche entered the electric age with the Taycan. The Taycan used an 800-volt electrical system, ultra-fast charging, dual motors, and even a 2-speed transmission at the rear axle. It proved that an electric car could still feel like a Porsche. Today, Porsche is also investing in synthetic e-fuels, hoping to keep the sound and spirit of its legendary flat-six engines alive. From Ferdinand Porsche's first hybrid car in 1900 to the electric Taycan of today, Porsche has always challenged the limits of engineering. It is more than a car brand. It is a story of obsession, innovation, racing, failure, survival, and one family's refusal to accept good enough. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into automotive history.